What we want to do then here today is, of course, we are going to really focus on your journey today, Martin. But before we do that, I like to start by some words you live by. Are there any words you live by?
I have three words tattooed on my back, and they are courage, actually four words. So courage and fear nothing. And there's the word, but
Terrific.
it's basically courage, fear nothing.
Courage, fear nothing. And what led to you having that tattooed?
Courage has been part of my life without me fully embracing it for most of my life. Surviving comas, having a tracheotomy, almost dying several times. And it was in a performance review years ago where the words were, I would like Martin to be more courageous, even when I was getting high achiever and one of the top performers in the organization. So I just embraced that. And at Mardi Gras a few years ago, I had courage written on my back. And then I just made that into a permanent marker, part of my DNA in essence. And it was tattooed. And I think the year later, I think Mardi Gras theme that year was fearless. I decided I didn't want fearless. Let's just go fear nothing. So that's that's how they were permanent reminders for me.
And not only permanent reminders for you, but permanent reminders for the world. You know,
Pretty much.
you are known as the courage champion, no matter where we go in the world. And so what is so special about courage? What's this all about? What's the story?
So I define courage as taking ownership of fear, venturing forward with confidence and resilience. So let's look at fear, our reactions to fear. And there are four. There's that classic fight or flight, but there's also freeze, you're struck with fear, or there's actually fawn rolling into a ball. So let's just go with that fight or flight. Sometimes fighting isn't the right thing to do. The best thing to do is to scarp up. The other times, you do need to fight for your rights, not a physical fight, but just to stand firm. Fear is an excellent source of information. It tells you how you feel and can guide you into better decision making. So I used to be very scared of snakes. Now, in Australia, I've never seen a venomous snake. But if I were walking and I saw a brown snake or a death adder, what would I do? Is I would stop, walk away, give the snake the space because the snake is probably going to be more scared of me than I am of it. Is it going to be striking or is it going to want to walk away or slither away? Of course, the snake is going to want to slither away. And then you walk straight past. So that's one example. But look at another example of fear. You're scared of doing something, going for a drive. You haven't passed your driving test yet. You have an exam. You have a job interview. Now, overcoming those fears help you get to that next stage or get the job, get the promotion. So are you going to be courageous and overcome the fear, or are you going to allow fear to stop you from achieving that goal and making that goal significantly harder?
Very, very powerful. I love the part when you say that sometimes we have to fight for ourselves. Recently, I'm getting ready for my book launch in Melbourne, and we wanted to have the former multicultural commissioner in Victoria to be my interviewer. And unfortunately, they declined because they were scared that if they were to interview me at the Pride Center, um, their family back on the African continent may be targeted and be put in danger. And that was appalling, of course, to
Of
hear.
course
Like
it
I could
is.
I could completely empathize regarding that. But then what I was shocked about was that they had a position of power, being a commissioner of multiculturalism, of which in Australia, gay rights, LGBT rights are part of,
Yeah.
living in Australia. And I felt so let down because I realized that if that's what they were carrying with them, who's been advocating for me at that level?